In the middle of the sun-baked African savanna, where nature is always harsh and predators are always lurking. The African buffalo stands out as a living symbol of strength and resilience. With its muscular body, sharp curved horns like natural weapons, and thick skin like iron armor, they are known as nature's armored vehicles. Without the need for ostentatious ferocity, wild buffalo are admired for their tenacity, extraordinary endurance, and strong spirit of solidarity in the herd on height, the key factor that helps them survive in a dangerous world. Subscribe to the channel to not miss the most breathtaking battles and dramatic survival moments in the wild. In the arid African savanna, where life is constantly challenged by drought and lurking dangers, wild buffalo are never allowed to be neglected. Every day is a silent but fierce battle when the herd has to move dozens of kilometers just to find a patch of fresh grass or a shallow puddle in the cracked earth. Not only do they have to face the cruel nature, they also have to be on guard against sudden attacks from lurking enemies, lions rushing from the edge of the forest, crocodiles lurking in the river, or hyenas waiting for lost cubs. In such situations, the bravery and strength of wild buffaloes are pushed to the limit. There is no room for the weak. Only those who are resilient, united, and undaunted can survive until tomorrow. In the harsh wild world, African buffalo are not easy prey. With a body weighing hundreds of kilograms, sharp curved horns, and fierce fighting spirit, they are a real challenge for any predator. Lions, the rulers of the savanna, must also be wary when targeting wild buffalo. They often choose to attack young, injured, or lost animals after a meticulous stalking process. But what makes wild buffalo different is their surprising reaction. When attacked, the herd does not run away in panic, but often turns back to counterattack, creating fierce clashes. And it can even cause lions to be injured or killed. Besides, the buffalo continues to face another equally dangerous opponent, the leopard, a silent predator in the dark. Unlike lions, which usually hunt in packs, leopards act alone, silently stalking lost or weak buffalo calves. However, the protective instinct of the buffalo herd is always activated immediately. With just one warning signal, the whole herd immediately turns around, forming a solid siege like a living wall. A single flick of the horn can force the leopard to retreat, unable to fight back. In that battle for survival, silence does not mean weakness, and only those who know how to persevere, unite, and maintain their formation can overcome the silent challenges lurking in every inch of the grassland. The relationship between predator and prey now becomes an equal match, where courage and strength are fully displayed on the fiery steppe. Comment number 1 if you like the strength of the buffalo. The dry season in the African savanna is the ultimate test of survival for the buffalo. When rivers dry up and grasslands wither, herds are forced to embark on long journeys in search of water, sometimes tens of kilometers in the blistering sun. Danger lurks along the way. Exhaustion can cause a buffalo to fall behind. A stray calf becomes a prime target for lions or hyenas. Just one moment of carelessness, one wrong step, and the price to pay could be life. In that world, vigilance and cohesion are not just options, they are prerequisites for survival in the harsh natural environment. Despite their muscular bodies and impressive strength, African buffaloes cannot avoid the threat of predatory shadows lurking on the savanna. Among them, lions are the most dangerous and reckless enemies. They often coordinate in groups, using stalking and ambush tactics to take down young or isolated individuals. When buffalo herds are forced to cross rivers during migration season, crocodiles become a deadly threat. Even with lightning-fast attacks from underwater, crocodiles can defeat an adult buffalo in seconds. Surely we are familiar with the Nile crocodile, one of the largest and most dangerous reptiles in Africa, standing out with its massive body, sharp teeth, and extremely strong bite force. They can grow up to 6 meters long with thick armor-like skin. providing perfect protection in ambushes or confrontations. The most terrifying thing about the Nile crocodile is its ability to hide underwater for hours, just waiting for the right moment to strike. The combination of patience, speed, and strength makes them an invisible killer in every corner of African rivers. Besides, hyenas and cheetahs, although weaker, are still a danger that cannot be underestimated, especially when young buffalo or injured calves stray from the herd. Amidst the harsh nature, wild buffalo always live on the defensive, not allowed to be careless for a moment. On the vast steppe, where every patch of grass or puddle is as precious as gold, territories are not fixed, but there is always an unspoken order among the buffalo herds. Although they often move to adapt to the dry season and food sources, buffalo herds are always wary of each other's presence. And when migration routes overlap or water sources become scarce, conflicts can erupt, quietly but with tension. The bulls, with their massive bodies and curved horns like spears, will not hesitate to step into the front line. They show their power, or confront each other directly. Each gore is a warning without words. This is not a fight for honor or power. It is for the tender grass, the water, for the right to live. In a world where there are no rules, other than the instinct to survive, hesitation means defeat. The weak are forced to retreat. The strong, even if they are quiet, are strong enough to keep their footprints on this harsh land. On the savannah, instinct is not just a guide, it is the only chance for survival. But the African buffalo survives not only through physical strength, but also through its extraordinary ability to adapt to harsh environments. They move flexibly with the seasons, avoiding drought and arid areas, joining large migratory herds to take advantage of water grasses. Each buffalo herd is a perfectly organized machine. The leader leads the way, clearing the way through dangerous areas. The female buffalo goes in the middle and behind to protect the young. The whole herd reacts immediately and in unison when there is a sign of a predator. Young buffalo are not pampered. They learn through observation, imitation, and sometimes real danger to form survival instincts. Fight, the purpose of the wild buffalo, does not come from rational calculation, but is the result of thousands of generations of natural selection. crystallizing into a surprisingly strong and flexible instinct. The African buffalo is a living symbol of collective strength, endurance, and indomitable will in the midst of fierce nature. Although they are not predators, they always make even the most dangerous carnivores wary because of their fierceness and ironclad spirit of solidarity. Each slow step of the buffalo herd is proof of a silent but strong inner strength. In the wild, where there is no room for error, the buffalo exists as an armored vehicle, silently advancing through danger, carrying with it an indomitable spirit.